Alrighty, good morning everyone. Hope you guys can hear me okay. I wasn't able to get hold of my uncle this morning, so it'll just be me. Not going to be a huge amount to talk about, to be honest. Context up here is pretty poor. Obviously, we put in that monster fail breakdown on Tuesday at 68.32. Had another one that evening of 68.94 following the State of the Union. And if you weren't able to catch those two, it's been pretty slim pickings since then. It's been difficult to find a trade or get in on the long side for failed breakdown traders at least. So, oh, here's my uncle. Let me patch him in. Hey, how's it going?
Good. I don't know why it didn't give me notification that you called. I
Yeah.
just saw it didn't give me a notification in real time. That's weird.
Okay, no worries. Maybe someone in the chat can just let us know. You can hear us both. Sometimes when I set it up this way, the sound doesn't come through properly. So just maybe you can let us know that you can hear both myself and my uncle. I was just running through saying basically the context up here is pretty poor. If you weren't able to catch the fail breakdown at 68.32 or 68.94, both on Tuesday. Yeah, it's been slim pickings. It's been pretty difficult to get into a trade and really almost impossible from a failed breakdown trader's perspective. We did have potentially the 69.52 trade that Adam mentioned in the newsletter trigger kind of last night at some point, but it was pretty slow. And I mean, you kind of had to be up in the middle of the night to get in on that one. That has, however, given us something to work with, so there's hope for anyone who's flat like me. You're still in your runner, I presume. You took both of those trades, didn't you? I missed both of them.
Um, I didn't say anything yesterday.
No, but I mean the
Um,
Tuesday trades. So the 32 and the 94. I think you said you
so the
took.
90, so the 94 I took. The 32, I was actually unfortunately just not on the screens at that point, so I ended up missing that. But I still have my original runner.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Um,
That's it.
yeah,
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 your runners from even lower down. Oh, poor you.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Cool, man.
So it's still running.
Yeah.
I don't. We'll see how long, but um, for now, it seems like it's going.
Yeah. So yeah, we do have this to work with now. At least we've got the 69.43 level, which is really a cluster of kind of three lows that were set in the evening session last night. So obviously we had Nvidia earnings. I didn't even look at it. I presume it was encouraging because we got that push up and then a bit of a fade afterwards. But let's see if that's enough to keep this market pushing up. It's been fairly parabolic and looks like we're trying to make our way up to the top of the range, up in the 7,000. So let's see what we get. But the 43 is the first trade I'll be interested in. I haven't had a trade in a couple of days, so I'll be keen to get into something here. So add that to your watch list, to your chart if it's not there already. And then beneath that, you'll notice from the trade plan it was real thin in terms of kind of the number of setups, and that's just really given the context um, with us being that far up here. It's kind of interesting to see how it swings and changes. Sometimes you're getting a whole ton of setups. It seems very clustered and a lot of things close together. But this is one where I think there's only maybe four levels of interest. So, the 52 is kind of the add-on strength level. Desperation trade. The 69.30 has come a little bit better here. This is a 30-minute chart, but there is a little bit of a shelf in here, and it also coincides with the high um, from what was that, Monday, I think. And then beneath that, we've got the 904 and the 68.92 would be a pretty decent one if we can get down to this level. Um, What are your thoughts on the lay of the land then, and these the trade plan?
Yeah, a little rough right now. And honestly, you make a good point there, which sometimes it's just kind of like, where it seems like we have those days where it's like, damn, how many failed breakdowns and setups and things we're going to put in. And then sometimes it's like, wow, well, things are really not conducive to our environment. So
Hmm.
it very much is kind of like just like the weather. Sometimes you get sun, sometimes you don't. So the first thing I'm watching is the 69, 41, 43 like overnight low area.
Hmm.
That is the first thing I kind of have my eyes set on, to see if we can put in some sort of trap there. Besides that, we still have that 69-30 spot, but a little bit trickier now because of the 41 spot right above it. So I would have to see how that plays out, especially, if you're doing the whole danger zone thing. It's a little close into 41 for me, maybe. So I'd have to see what that looks like.
Hmm.
And then, the really nice one would obviously be the 68, 90, 92, 93 failed breakdown, which would essentially be the Tuesday night low.
Hmm.
So that would be great. So those are kind of the things I have plotted to watch.
Yeah, sounds good. That 30, there's not much of a significant low in there. A little bit of a
Mm,
shelf from yesterday
yeah,
morning, but it's really just a back test of the range support the range that we've been in for, well, was it a week? I'm just drawing it on the 4-inch chart over here on the left. So it was kind of 25 to 30-ish was the top of that range. So it'd be a back test for
I
that.
agree with you. I mean, if you're kind of even on a 15-minute viewing, it barely even really it barely looks like a significant low. It's just kind of like a very very miniature shelf.
Hmm.
So I don't know if you treat those a little differently. I mean, obviously, Adam did put it in there, to watch for failed breakdown, and obviously now it has ran 50 points technically from the low of the shelf. But I don't know if you look at things like visually and just are like, hey, I prefer trading those V shape kind of bounces, right? Like for example, 6941 now, that has a better V-shaped look to it, than the 6930 does. So I don't know if that plays a factor at all for you in terms of when you're grading failed breakdowns. I know that's not something we really ever kind of Adam ever really touches on, but I do think that is interesting to sometimes just note.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do too much with kind of varying my size. Go up and down a little bit, but it's not all that significant. It's not like I'm like doubling my position size for a gold level trade. I'm just going up kind of incrementally, so I wouldn't necessarily trade the 30 any different than I would trade the 43, for me. Um, but yeah, that's something I need to kind of add to my skill set. Really, is just sizing up on those higher quality ones. Um, Maybe vice versa, sizing down on like something like this that triggered overnight. Not that I got involved in that, but had I? Yep. So, kind of again, your market was a little bit slow yesterday off the open. Let's see what the open brings here. We need that volatility. No point in trying to force anything until that happens. So, honestly, you could probably just set an alert for, I don't know, 45, 50 maybe, 48, 45, and go away and do something else until that triggers. But each to their own. Alrighty,
Yeah.
guys. Anything you want to close with?
Yeah, I mean, nothing to do at the moment. So, yeah, we'll have to just wait. Hopefully, we can get some sort of elevator sell down. If not, hopefully, a lot of you guys have runners. And if you're
Yeah,
holding runners, then
yeah.
you're also kind of milking out that gain. Me personally, now, I've moving my runner stop to under this 41 spot. So I will kind of trail that up and secure at least some good points because I would play that failed breakdown if we get it. So yeah, we'll see if we get some volatility. If not, I'll just let that runner keep running.
Hmm. Yes, this is one of those. The last day or so has been, I think you've said it in the past, the project has been completed, and now we're waiting for the next phase to develop. So by the project, we mean this consolidation we had really between 6850 and 6925. Worked on that for 5 or 6 days, flushed it, ripped all the way back up to the top, broke out, and then we're on to the next building block. So we need some sideways consolidation here or a dip to reset things. Until then, sit on hands, unfortunately, and unfortunately for me, that's been on the bench, but it is what it is. Not going to worry about it. It'll pass, and we'll move on. Alrighty, guys. With that, we'll catch you in the Discord. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now. Alright, that's that.